Hello and welcome back to another exciting race here in our continuing coverage of the Cross World Key Sanity Tournament. I am Jinxie Girl. I am your restreamer as well as one of your commentators. Joining me is the magnificent Excalibur, who just calmed the last race. If you weren't here for that, be sure to catch that VOD. You won't be disappointed. It was so good. So good. So, I have the guy setting up right now. I'm going to toss it over to Excalibur just to see if we're going to be getting going here soon. I know there was a little bit of a controller issue, so just going to check on that, and we will be starting this race very shortly.
JC definitely still hyped from the last seed. I think she told me to start talking 15 seconds before she gave me a break in the action to actually speak. The earlier race was excellent. If you like close finishes, and excellent if you want to shout at runners for not doing the thing that turns out to be correct but was probably wrong for them to be doing. They did an awful lot of that. And so if you like being mad at the runners, go watch that race. Excellent finish, close finish, game 3. And the opponent for that winner will maybe be decided tonight. Zelgadissan picked up the race yesterday, but figures that he's an underdog going forward. So we'll see if Goomba can make being an overdog pay off tonight. And looks like we are just about ready to go. That's problematic. So I have Goomba set off and not Zelga.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
All right, well.
Okay, I think we're good.
If this comes down to 12 seconds, then race control will have to figure out what's going on. But in the meantime, we will hope for the best.
I think my stream just got a little laggy there for a second, but I think we're good now.
I'm still showing a 10-second time difference between the runners, so hopefully that will work itself out.
I am not. Try refreshing your comm page there for me.
You do commentary.
I got this. Okay, so we have our typical Crosskeys start. We have Zelda as well as Goomba doing that fake flipper, heading over to the witch's hut. Going to take a check there. Zelga with a super lucky bomb drop. Going to go into this witch's hut, see if we have anything exciting. And we have Pod. So we are going to see a dip here in Pod from both of our runners.
Yeah, I would expect them to pick up this first chest, which is basically just an item cave.
Yeah, and so we did get that one bomb, but they are definitely going to be able to fill up on bombs if they really want to. Small key to Ice Palace. Those keys aren't super important, but definitely finding one is super nice. Finding one this early is even nicer, so...
I mean, finding one this early is like, whatever. It'll be useful in a while. But certainly getting them before finding all the rest of the toys to get into ice. Looks like Goomba's going to pick up some bombs. I'd expect them to farm bombs pretty aggressively here.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You never know when. You always seem to find Paradox Cave when you do not have freaking bombs. And then you have to try and remember it.
Both of them getting the bad news that Sanctuary is at Useless Fairy, which is bad news a couple of different ways. It's not a great save and quit spot. And also you get to feel dumb that you fake flippered your way up here.
So yeah, that's one of our entrances checked off of one of our jobs. What could be behind AGA 1 or AGA 2, we don't know yet, but we will soon find out. Looks like Zelga going ahead and doing the Houlihan right there while Goomba goes ahead and checks the back here. I kind of like Zelga here because we can do a save and quit from Sanctuary, grab that chest, and do this all in one clip.
Yeah.
So we have some more bombs in the back and our first bottle. That's going to be nicer when we find Sick Kid. I'm not going to have to come back to that.
And given we had good sync there, Zelgadissan walked out of Pod, and Goomba did the needlessly cute Death Warp, and the needlessly cute Death Warp was actually slower. So, all y'all, you don't have to kill quite as many links. You can let them live sometimes. So the sync on stream is all magic behind the scenes stuff, and so I don't know if that's fixable easily. Right, so I'm going to sound now. Heading to the castle. Having checked the two entrances east of Link's house, Goomba going straight north, but has done the back of escape checks.
Getting some early arrows there from our tree pool. Maybe an early bow. Who knows? There we have our
You're
magic
so
bat.
optimistic, Jinxie.
I know, right? I try to be.
Oh god, I forgot to clear my tracker.
Don't worry, I was doing the same thing. I was like, wow, we have time. Oh, Hype Cave right there in Hyrule Castle. Could there be something exciting? So far, just a heart piece, but early love is nice. There we have a small key, Tower of Hera, 20 bucks, and map to Turtle Rock, as well as a full heart. That small to Hera is kind of interesting.
I mean, I don't know if interesting is the right word. Like, it's one of the most annoying fetch quests in the game. And having found the key, you're almost certainly going to bother doing the basement at some point. But I don't know.
Listen, we learned not 20 minutes ago that those specific spots, like Hera Basement or the Big Chest of Thieves Town, could be a race decider. So I am hyped to find that key, sir.
But if Humbug had, if one of the runners had never found it, they would have been better off because they wouldn't have lost.
Fair.
So, if either one of the
You're
runners
not my
had never
mom,
found
and
that
if I want to be hype, I'm gonna be freaking hype. You got me?
I mean, you're certainly working on hype, Jinxie.
I'm trying, man.
You got
Another
full hype.
early dam. All right, with the powder.
Great. Now we get to go back to the castle and do the bat again.
Right.
We're
It's
just
such a stupid location.
all right. No more water in that dam. ZelgaDissan doing a north light world all the way across from the useless ferry. This is probably the only time that he's going to save and quit to sink. Well, I guess he has to escape yet, but
Magic bat is it? Oh wait, was that? Yeah, useless fairy at sank. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. We got you. It's all right. Everything's fine. Just keep eating. There's Hera.
Yeah, and another couple of nice items here. We don't have a fire source, so unless one turns up in the next 20 seconds, we don't get to do the coffee break just quite yet.
Small key to Skull Woods. Gross.
Yeah, makes that actually turned out to be a useful key in the last race. GT big for Goomba because one of the runners cleared Skull Woods before doing the front with a Crosskeys key. So.
Are we just going to be argumentative today, sir?
I figure I'm not really a hype commentator, right? I'm an analytical chill person. So you be hype, I'll be chill.
I get hype about Hera, and you're like, meh. I'm like, ooh, Skull Woods, and you're like, I mean, yeah, that's the cool one. All the cool kids like Skull Woods.
No, they don't.
Hey, there's Paradox. Remember what I said about filling up on bombs because you always freaking find Paradox when you don't have enough? This is that situation.
Now you can go get some more because there's a bomb shop over there.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it's the principle. It's being prepared. It's having your snacks and not having to run into the gas station for your Pringles, right?
Up the $10 heart, yeah.
Do it. Lost Woods just being junk. Let's see what this drop is, as we have not found Ganon yet. Oh, there's our Lost Woods, Steve. Oh, what you gonna do? Don't check it. Just go. Drop down.
Go. Yeah.
Small piece of heart. Oh, Ice Rod there in the Paradox Cave.
Indecision, definitely the wrong choice. But I approve of just throw yourself in the pit. Almost everything is useful at this point. Some Ice Rod versus Mini Mobiles action.
Sword, green goo. Very nice start here, especially with 4 hearts. Moon Pearl.
All right, never mind on the last location from the Moon Pearl.
Wow,
Um,
that's a very nice paradox.
so now we're Goomba. Now we want to find a mirror. Um, but we're way more excited about connectors than we were 20 seconds ago.
Hey, there's a big key up there. What is with these connectors? Wow, very exciting. There's the top of paradox. Huh? That's
Um,
convenient.
I guess it saves us a trip. Um,
Possibly.
one fewer drop down we have to do. We're rescuing the old man in the dark. Ever are we? Yes, we
I
are. That's
think
the
so,
front of.
yeah.
We're rescuing old man from the front. I'm confused.
What are these
Um,
connectors? I don't like it. There's our. What did I say? What did I tell you?
um,
Yep.
all right. I was deeply confused by Goomba finding the front of Old Man Rescue Cave on Death Mountain. Like that's not how it's supposed to go.
Right. Hey, there's Ganon hanging. Another sword. Second sword.
All right. So I was after the last race. I was hoping for a jet seed, and things are going all right. Ooh, an arrow.
Well, we now have something to use that arrow with because we found that bow on the bottle vendor. Like I said, early bow. Hey, there's some mail hanging out in the hammer pegs that has conveniently relocated to Death Mountain.
And Goomba not too cool to pick up blue mail. When you're on I guess 4 hearts, doing Death Mountain,
Yeah,
anti cabbage armor.
and just picked up that moon pearl, so that is going to be really nice. It's okay, protection. There we have the back of desert. Zelda not stealing that key. Going to give us a look at the front of the tavern. All kinds of connectors. Hey, Blind's Hut.
Finding the exit to Spiral Cave in Kakariko is like, well, okay. I guess when we do Spiral Cave, we don't have to go out the door unless it's like we need to go back to Kakariko to turn on our flute or something. Meyer Small.
Meyer. All like the atypical small keys that you really don't want to have an abundant amount of. But I mean, I guess a few are fine.
The first Meyer Small is like the first Ice Small. Like, nice to have.
Convenience for routing, yes.
Apparently, Hotel Mario, and also Turtle Rock entrances. So
I really want to know what that big key is up on the top of Speck Rock, so we need to see a mirror here shortly.
No, we need to see a mirror here eventually.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that.
But we can.
Hey, Kakariko Well.
In logic, check these Dark World entrances.
Yep, we do have that Moon Pearl. 10-minute Moon Pearl. How about that? Okay, so that's not going to be the old man. That is going to be the Dark Descent Cave, I believe.
I was so confused watching Goomba rescue the old man from the front, from the mountain.
I love it when something so silly can completely ruin your day. I am obsessive compulsive with hyperfixation. And so when something doesn't go like how I feel, it makes my teeth feel funny. Is that weird? It's fine. Everybody.
I mean, yes, but that's the way that's the human condition. Everybody is weird.
Yeah. I don't think it was a secret that I was a little weird. Back at Skull Woods, they're hanging out at South Kakariko. Gonna check and see what's in this chest. Death warping is not going to be much of a problem right now for these runners. Fortunately, unfortunately, question mark. 10 arrows. Gross. Ooh. So, wow.
Goomba gets to East of Mountain and the entrance behind the rocks, which is the hardest one to get to. So that's nice.
Let's just get all of the things. Let's just do everything really, really quick, and then
you go.
Yeah.
Um,
Race game, full heart. Probably not going to see that one unless Goomba doesn't check it. Does it?
20 hearts rip.
Yeah. There goes that 20 heart dream. I should have made that a condition.
I'm hoping for 8 hearts. Let's see, get the sucker over
Evil.
with.
8 hearts. That's evil.
Oh no, that's great.
You get that
That
evil
means
out of
that
here.
means everything is going super fast.
Hey, Hyrule Castle peek over here. $20. So at least we're not going to have to wait super, super long, hopefully, to see that Kakariko well. It is right there at the magic bat drop. Goomba going to continue on through Hyrule Castle, give us some looks at these last 2 items. I guess you need the sewers key, but that doesn't. Who cares?
I mean, with access to the back of escape, we just doing that. Zelda doing dark rooms in the dark with no navigation. That was
Ooh, it
nicely
was
done.
back of old man. Oh, okay. That's not a terrible connector. Map of Hyrule Castle in Hyrule Castle. Interesting.
Very Ascension Cave. So the old man save and quit point on East Death Mountain often would be a decent spot. You know, it's nice. It's certainly a much better save and quit spot than we saw earlier, where all 3 save and quit points were the castle, Link's house, and the top of the castle. So
small castle tower key.
So Zelda finds Spiral Cave, knows that takes him back to CAC, and so is not excited. The excited O-meter goes to 0.
I think I would probably rather do Hyrule Castle and then the Fairy Ascension Cave. Goomba going to give us a look at the sewers chest in the Dark Cross. Don't blame them. These runners are freaking ridiculously good, so you're going to see a lot of fun things.
Goomba, of course, has some swords, which makes this go easy.
Zelda doesn't. Does have that bow, but no sword. But I'm pretty sure we're going to still see Zelda do Dark Cross chest.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to see it. That's the point.
Nailed it.
And it turns out 30 arrows bow is a plenty fine way of doing front of escape, even if that's not the usual armament. These enemies are not particularly challenging. Goomba gets the save and quit. And back to East Mount. Goomba has not yet been to Kakariko, I don't believe. So this is Goomba's going to take Spiral Cave to Kakariko and be like, man, this sucks.
It's been like really nice routing though from Goomba. Everything has led into something. You know what I mean? Like it's been like really smooth.
To me, that's one of the things that makes these top runners times so good is they are they just flow through the seeds in a very efficient way. Lamp at Spiral Cave.
That's nice. Early fire source is super, super nice.
Yeah. Well, and that brings assorted dark things that both runners have done into logic. I think.
Kind of. There might be. We don't know where all the connectors to Hyrule Castle are, so there may be something.
Certainly, they both got to East Death Mountain, but I don't know if they both got to East Death Mountain via the dark.
Goomba went through Paradox to get to the top.
Yep. But the Paradox get him to the east.
Yeah. Wait, what was the connector to the east? I don't remember. Back the old man.
It was Old Man for Zelda. Oh, right.
I think it was for Goomba as well.
But Goomba rescued the old man and started there, whereas Zelda walked through it in a connectory kind of way.
Connectory kind of way. I like it.
The usual thing that happens with the old man, the old man's house. There's that bow for a Goomba. So at 15 minutes or so, bow, 2 swords, blue mail, ice rod, moon pearl.
Yep,
is an excellent set of stuff.
And I'm gonna say it, powder. Powder is greatly underestimated in this game. Thank you very much.
and Ganon in Kakariko, which we did see earlier, but we didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Is a relatively convenient spot to get to at the end of the game. We'll probably have a flute. Zelgadissan, while I was not looking, got to the bomb shop and is now off to do some bunny walking.
Yeah, checked Hyrule Castle. Unfortunately, did not find that connector that took him up to the light Death Mountain on the west, where he could get all those goodies from Oh no, Paradox is right down here. Wait, where was Paradox? Things.
It's a good question.
I've given up on my map tracker. We're just going to talk about what's going on.
My map tracker is recovering because I forgot to relaunch it after the last race, so I was busy doing that while things were happening and it was bad. So,
okay, there's the dam for Zelga. So definitely on that route to get up to Death Mountain, where he's going to find all of his goodies. Interested to see. Oh my god, I hate this Turtle Rock. Freaking 5 hearts.
One Master Sword pokies. Oh, there's a heart. They at least have blue mail, so it's not
as powder,
terrible.
Like I said, greatly underestimated. Powder will save you in TR.
Well, they even have. Goomba even has enough hearts to get hit by the Chain Chomps once, which is good news.
Always good news. Zelga over here in the eastern area. I believe this is where Paradox Cave is, so gonna get lucky here shortly. Hopefully he takes that connector. I don't see you not taking those connectors, especially when it's Paradox Cave. Wait, was Paradox over here? I don't know. Let's whisper.
Okay.
So nothing really exciting from Lava Chest or Chain Chomps, unfortunately, but they have a lot of good stuff, so they don't really need... They should be grateful with what they have.
They should be grateful.
Yeah.
Like everybody's children. You should be grateful for what we've done for you.
There's that big key to GT from the Waterfall Ferry for Zelga. So yeah, gonna run into Paradox here shortly, as long as he checks the Flute 5 spot.
Zelda is not a crazy person, so... takes the route that I take to get out of Eastern, going down here. So that makes me feel better about myself. There appears to be great disputes in the community as to how to actually do that, which confuses me. I would have thought somebody had timed it by now, but Goomba finds the back of Old Man. The back, yes, at the Smiths, which is also
Wait,
a good saving quid spot.
I thought back of Old Man was up on Death Mountain.
The front of Old Man is up on Death Mountain.
Yeah, okay.
He's living behind the heavy rocks, but his back door is at Smith's, which is how Zelda got up there.
Business in the front.
Moon Pearl in the back. Zelgadissan, unfortunately, doing the chests left to right, and so getting the sword after at the end of this, and therefore spamming ice rod shots all over the place. You can do it, Zelda.
Ooh, Goomba can sequence break this and kill the moth.
He's not going to.
Why wouldn't you?
It's a pain in the butt.
No, it's beautiful.
Also, he has no smokies.
Fair. That makes me sad. Yeah, there's a small key. Didn't they already get a small key? No. Zelda got a small key.
It turns out when the runners are doing completely different things in the first 10 minutes, they don't have the same stuff.
Don't worry, my commentary is going to get better, guys, I promise. I had like an emotional breakdown about the race 25 minutes ago, so we're fine.
So Zelga also finds the front of the Old Man Rescue Cave first. So
okay, Useless Fairy showing up again there in Sanctuary, which we already knew. What was it? Lumberjack behind Aga 1, I think, with nothing special.
Yeah. So the chat stroke trackers came to the conclusion that the uncle is behind the GT climb today, which is, I guess, the medium bad answer. So we will see if it comes down to a GT climb a little later. We already have the GT big key and a bow. So if a couple more small keys turn up, that might get a spooky. Zelda leaves behind red mail, which I agree with. Makes death warps easier, and Zelda's not worried about time on purpose, on accident.
We can check Hera basement right now
Yeah.
on Goomba's side. I like it.
Goomba doesn't get that choice because he deliberately picked up the blue mail and now gets red at 23 minutes. And here's that coffee break check for you. You were all excited about?
Right? I was. We're going to see how hype it is. It's going to be the hammer. I feel it. It's probably not.
Unfortunately, we already found the arrow, so I can't say that's what it's going to be. Also, Goomba failed to successfully get his order in at Starbucks and has to make his own coffee. This is the first GT small for Zelda. You feeling going upstairs yet?
Yeah, of course. $20. That sucks. I was really hoping something cool was there. So then I could be like, see, I told you that was a hype key.
Fetch quests. Crosskeys has lots of them. Here's that lumberjack, and
just 10 arrows.
I am perpetually impressed with runners' abilities to identify items with the bottom pixel of the art.
I know. I get excited when I figure it out, though. Like, sometimes I'm just, like, guessing, but that one I think was definitely 10 arrows. I don't know. They're super bunny, which we've already seen, and it's nothing. But it is a magic refill. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, well, and they have magic to spend. So. Spamming ice rod shots all over the place. But has seen Ganon and is just straight up throwing himself into drop downs at this point, which seems right.
Sure. I mean, I would jump in a hole for $50 as long as I could get out.
And there's no fall damage in this version of Link's World, so
it still makes my stomach like do that little flippy flip when you jump off of the top of Death Mountain Descent down to the Old Man Rescue Cave. It upsets me.
I mean the murder dactyls on the Dark World version of that are much worse. You're like
there,
casually floating towards the ground and murder.
Nice. Nice.
Goomba finds Turtle Rock Ledge. Hey, that's vanilla.
Yeah, too bad that doesn't help us out because he's already done that. But no mirror, so no further for that. Let's see where this connector takes us.
This is the one that got us here. So, or sorry, are you talking? Which this connector are you speaking of?
I don't know. All of them. All of the connectors.
Well, Zelda is getting to Graveyard Ledge. Boo.
That is a boo, but it's nice to find it kind of early because then you're like, oh, good, I don't have to mirror there. Because when, if you have the boots and the gloves, then King's Tomb is a lot easier to check and you don't have to stare at Graveyard Ledge and be like, bleh.
And Zelda remembering that going back through Fairy Ascension Cave is much faster.
Just a shield over at Speck Rock.
I'm not interested in going down there and isn't going to hop down.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I feel like if you found the other side, it might be more tempting to check that just so you could do... Oh! Did you see what I saw?
No.
Hammer on Floating Island.
Let's follow some connectors. Glove at the bottom of Dark East Death Mountain.
Glove and Cape.
Yeah, Cape. Glove.
Hey, Cape could get us into Hyrule Castle. That could be an important connector. Oh, no, never mind. We already have... Leave me be. Leave me be.
So hammer is locked by a mirror and an obnoxious connector. And so that tells you a little bit about where the mirror can be. Fortunately or unfortunately, there's not a lot of ways you can sequence break various hammer-required places. So
we get to full clear Aga Tower because we have that single key. We know we're not going to have to take down Aga 1, so we're going to be able to check this and then forget all about Castle Tower.
Yep. Which, some of the runners tried in the last race, and it didn't work out so good.
Yep.
Here's zelgadissan's trip through Spiral. Zelga knows this goes to Hyrule. Kakariko, the one and only village in Hyrule. I don't know if he actually wants to be there. No, it looks like yes. See what Zelga's next thing to do is in Kakariko.
Oh my gosh, how nice is that early glove, though, just with routing. And we have 2 bottles, so we are going to get to check Sick Kid for a mushroom.
Fetch quests!
Fetch quest, fetch quest.
Roly-poly. Alright, Hookshot Cave as a connector leads us to Checkerboard, which is as good a time as any to get these desert area checks out of the way.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, heyo. There's the mirror. First chest in Thieves Town.
Now we're looking for connectors. Any old connector, you got to hammer it?
Goomba doesn't know where that mirror is. I mean, where
Yep.
the hammer is right now. Zelda does. Goomba does not. But I mean, probably going to get it on the first trip there. Zelda just gets to sit there with that grating in the back of his head.
Yeah, I mean, he'll get it on the first trip there, but will he be aggressively connector diving? I think the answer is yes. With Moon Pearl and Mirror, you were actively looking to be in the Dark World. You're actively looking for Maya area. And so I would expect pretty aggressive connector following, even without the specific knowledge of...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, Goomba has been aggressively following the connectors, pretty much checking everything. Zelda about to grab their mirror. Now, I have to feel a little bit better of a position, not picking sides or saying who's ahead, but Goomba right now has that glove and that mirror. So routing is going to be a lot easier, especially if he finds a nice connector into the Dark World where he can kind of combo things. Smiths are in the most disgusting place possible today. Oh, for goodness sake.
Hopefully the mitts don't turn up, so we don't have to feel sad about walking all the way down there.
Yeah.
So I forget what the gloves were, and if they were somewhere that Zelga's not going to go now that he's got Moon Pearl and Mirror and better things to do.
Well, the gloves were at the bottom of Dark Death Mountain on the east, in Myershed.
Right. Yeah, that's... I mean, I guess it depends which connectors Zelga follows, because they're relatively out of the way location. And Goomba in Classic, I was looking at the wrong screen fashion. Found the front of Turtle Rock and then quit before I could figure out where it was. So
that was in Desert. We're good. It's in Desert.
We're good.
Agina's Cave.
Not a great spot for it.
It's not, but it's not terrible, I guess.
Nice fake flipper setup from Goomba there. It's a delete. Go turn in the mushroom.
I like that too. I think turning in the mushroom early is important because you never know when you're going to run into that potion shop.
And in a nice piece of routing, Goomba picked up a bow since the last time he was here. He gets to pick up another couple of items out of pot. Getting our second pod dip in for the day. With more to come.
Well, I mean, in Goomba's mind, we're so close to traditional Dark World access, so I don't blame him checking these 2 quick items. I mean, quick, relatively,
I mean, they're
air
not going to
quote,
get quick.
quick.
They're not really going to get quicker. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And turning in your mushroom while you're still doing the world sweeps is fair likely to save you a trip back to pick up the mushroom training later. So,
Yeah.
Pod is anything but quick, but it's not getting that much quicker, right? Boots does not actually help with the bow side all that much.
What if boots are on both sides?
Sure.
Right?
But that's the only thing that could make it faster.
Oh, hook shot,
there's a
worth
hook shot.
it. Worth it. 100% worth it.
But not just worth it, also correct. Or also like a reasonable choice. Getting paid for doing things that are smart. Now that we have hook shot, we go back to not hook shot. That's not what here. What's here? We are using connectors. We are using connectors to get back to hook shot. Yeah, I believe.
Well, we also have that connector that Zelga just saw. Nice connector to the Dark World there for Goomba. I don't believe he's done a lot of these southern checks, so going to be able to put some of that. No flippers, so I mean that does kind of eliminate the Dark Shopping Mall and the Light World Shopping Mall, but beggars can't be choosers at this point. We've been given a lot of nice things. Hey, my house.
Shout out to all the volunteers. Professor Pixie and Blibberal are clicking the buttons and doing a good job. I think it's Professor Pixie's first time tracking on ZSR, so extra shout-outs to her.
Always looking for volunteers. We have a lot of fun. We do.
I'm nodding on audio commentary. I'm very smart. I'm sorry, Professor Pixie, but thanks anyway.
Did we find Hookshot Cave already? I'm getting seed. I thought we did.
Zelga used it as a connector.
That's right. So. Okay. So yeah, that hookshot is going to be super exciting. That's going to be some things.
Maybe some things, you promise?
I do. I have a sneeze stuck, so just give me a second.
All right, while Jinxie's attempting to sneeze, let's see what our runners are up to. Zelgadissan finds his way to Dark Easteth Mountain, and we'll get that glove shortly.
Really needs not to take that connector. Really needs to not take that connector. Rip. Sorry. That's unfortunate. Get back up there.
You'll get back up there. I'm kind of surprised by this choice. This is the sort of off.
Yeah, big.
Given the mirror and the known hammer location, I'm unsurprised by Zelda.
Fair, but it's not what I wanted him to do. There's our bomb shop. Bomb supply is blocked until we clear Eastern and Ice.
I mean, I understand that's not what you wanted him to do, but I defend Zelgadissan's decision making.
I even tried to steer him with my head, like you know how you try to like, nope, there's a. But I think going right back up through that connector now.
Are you trying to body English Zelga through the internet? Okay.
Yes. I was using my mental powers.
All right. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Goomba finds Desert Palace at the archery game, which he's not excited by. And here's Zelgadissan going right back up there for these last couple of entrances.
Don't think he's going to pick up that heart with Red Mail. Yeah. What's in the entrance, though? Now Zelga is going to get his glove.
Bomb shop. Cape Glow. Ready to go out and face the coming chill of winter.
Let's see what's on our dig game.
2 digs. Man, my Jet Seed wishes are getting paid real hard. None of this 32 digs for dig game nonsense.
I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily a jet seat. These guys are just that good. So, I mean, not saying the dig game would be any faster, but I'm just saying, like, these guys are, like, good. Their execution is on point. So it's just like velvet. Like, it's fun to watch. And like I said, Goomba is going to sequence break the back of Skull Woods. See, sometimes my mental pushes work, okay?
Yes.
This is scary without boots, though. This makes me nervous. And didn't kill all the things. Look at him, just smooth, just right through.
Execution. And there you go. So 2 lots of powdering. Gets the Gibdo onto the spike to get the quick kill.
I gotta remember I'm on commentary because, like, for a couple of seconds I'll catch myself just sitting, staring with my mouth open, like, wow, I'm gonna be like them when I grow up.
As long as you don't, like, get just down to hype screaming at the screen before it's absolutely necessary.
It could happen. I can't make any promises.
Okay, noted.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful kill there on Goomba's side for a small key to pod. So that's more pod for Goomba.
It is more pod for Goomba. I don't think he's super excited to go rush the first pod small key after already double dipping the place. But, you know.
All the dips. I find pod is like the one dungeon that I'll dip 15 times and not be upset about it, just because I feel like pod is my favorite dungeon. Stop judging.
If I just pod 15 times, Goomba, or not Goomba, Jinx Girl, your routing needs some work.
Oh my god, you called me Goomba. That is like the biggest compliment ever. Thank you. I assure you. Goomba Girl. Oh, I'll totally be a groupie. It's fine. I will fangirl. I fangirl so many of these runners. It's ridiculous. Just a piece of heart over on the torch.
I'm sorry. I have been disrupted by your delightful personality, Jason.
Is that what they're calling it these days?
Indeed. All right. Goomba going out the front door of Desert. We've seen this before. I think Goomba's seen this before, so this is... Nope, he hasn't.
Did we see that before?
No, apparently not.
I don't think we saw it with the mirror. Oh, yeah, we saw it. This is Pyramid Fairy. Zelga's been here.
Right. But I thought... I didn't...
Maybe not. I didn't mark it off, so maybe not. I don't know. I'm lacking on my tracker today. Nobody judge me. We all know how I feel about my tracker.
It turns out doing 2 races in a row, we're slightly dumber during the second race.
Right? I'm like out of coffee. Yeah. The last race fried my brain. I can't focus. That hammer is on floating island and oh my Goomba. Oh god, I thought he was gonna jump. Like, what are you doing? No, stop.
He's setting up quick warp.
Got it.
So here, a trick that I can kind of sort of explain. On 2 of the 8, so out of every 8 X positions, horizontal positions, 2 of them you warp faster. And it turns out if you line yourself up with the drop down on the floating island, it's a quick warp spot. Whereas that transition you'll notice is noticeably longer. And there's a bunch of relatively easy setups in various parts of the game where you mirror a lot to make sure you're on the right pixel to mirror fast. That's one of them.
Interesting. I did not know that. I thought they did it just to spite me.
Nope. No, it saves 0.6 of a second or something.
Oh, Zelga is in trouble.
Zelga's sequence break
Fire
went much worse than you missed it. Meyer Big, good find.
Yeah, not going to be last locationing that one. Already heavy use of these connectors here early game. I like it. I like that we have better connectors, better save and quit points. I hate that
Yeah.
Uncle is behind Aga too. That just makes, when there's only 1 or 2 items behind that climb, it just makes that decision so much harder, I feel like.
I just need to comment briefly on Zelgadissan. In addition to having the fire room go poorly, also didn't manage to get the Gibdo onto the spike, and so I had to chase him around the room a bit and lost another 10 seconds. Just we these guys have excellent execution in general, but Zelgadissan had a couple of unfortunate things happen in the back of Skullwoods.
That might be my fault because before the race started, I said, listen, I just rolled an amazing seed. We had an amazing race. Please make it just as hype. And I feel like I threatened them a little bit, so they might be a little nervous. So be sure to show some love to our runners, Zelgadissan and Goomba. This is semifinals, guys. The winner of this race goes on to the finals to face Wall
Nope.
Kicks, who won
Nope.
game 3. What? No?
Game 2.
Semifinals?
This is game 2.
Oh.
Goomba wins this. This is game 3 tomorrow night, also at midnight.
Forget what I said.
Sorry, also at midnight British summertime. Check your local listings for time zones.
Do you live in one of those fake time zones?
No, I live in Britain. This is 0 time zone.
Okay, that's fair. I am. I can't even think. I don't know what's going on. Let's check Spike Cave.
Yeah, use our bottle to get magic extension. His capes are kind of sucky.
Well, if Zelga wins, then Zelga will go on to play Wall Kicks. Zelga has won game 1, so we need Goomba to take this race to go on to a game 3, which will be tomorrow. My friend Russell lives in a fake time zone too. It's fine, Libby.
Yes, Britain. We are.
You're like the
OG
time zone, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, let's take a look at Kakariko. Well, I forgot we had that hammer, but Goomba didn't. And that's why Goomba is in the semifinals.
Yeah.
And I'm over here just talking about it. Probably. There is the red boomerang as well as the shield. So Cackwell is crap as always.
All right. Jinxie, you need to get hype about the terrible shield. Tell me about why Goomba isn't set it to fight.
Okay, so first of all, I don't care if they are not excited to find it. I am, because you know how I feel about my trackers, and I like to have 100% knowledge of the seeds. So I get hype about red boomerangs and shields and stupid things. So yeah, I really want them to find it. I'm not being sarcastic. It eats me alive when I can't finish my trackers. Like Mimic Cave, look at that. I get to mark off Mimic Cave at 46 minutes in. How often does that happen? Hardly ever.
I mean, one of the interesting things about Crosskeys, and one of the reasons I think it's an interesting mode, is that the order that the seed opens up changes a lot more than it does in other modes, right? Because you don't have to find conventional Dark World access early. And so in some races you get an early hammer and you can do the early hammer stuff. And in other seeds, you get the hammer at 2.5 hours, and it's the thing you need for go mode. That doesn't happen very often, but certainly it's much less rote, I think, than a lot of modes.
Yeah. So how about our 5-item locations? Like, really sucks so far. Well, there's a big key to Ice Palace. Gross.
That's
I mean, good. They haven't really done it yet, so I guess if you're going to find that big key, that's the best time to find it.
Well, and if it's something, that's excellent. I just had a look at chat, and the words "sex golem" were in it.
Yeah, that's why I kind of blanked out. I was like, "What is going on there?" I'm just gonna. Okay.
We're just gonna carry on. Goomba using the front of Turtle Rock as a magic refill. Good remembering / use of the map tracker.
Gonna get a look at the pyramid as well as mirror on the top there. Get a look at 3 other entrances. Super nice routing from Zelga. Ooh, Catfish and Zora are in Logic.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if we are still in Logic. I
we're pretty
blank
close.
out. I think we gotta be kind of close.
I mean, we haven't done anything exciting in pod, which is or like key logic wise exciting, and we have a lamp, which is often the thing that gets you way out of logic. So, and that the lamp is totally in logic. So.
I do find the bomb hut. Unfortunately, it has nothing exciting for us. We've found a lot of item locations so far. Pretty much, ones we're missing are all kind of set in stone, like Purple Chest, Smith, Zora, Zorledge. You know, just a few. Hey, Ice Palace.
It's not a great
Can't
spot.
do much in there now. No, well, I can't go in there anyway.
I mean, it's also just a tedious place to get back to. So Zelgadissan going for the lesser known right side of the pyramid strats, but successfully walks into the mirror warp without bonking. So good.
Oh my gosh, the number of mirror bonks I manage in a single run is disgusting. Like if it was a drinking game, everybody would die of alcohol poisoning before I finish the seed.
Zelgadissan remembering that Bat is at the castle. I don't think this was optimal decastling, but maybe he was ditching a portal to go back. Bat's got $300. It's worth pointing out that both runners did Houlihan, and I think at no point needed the money. So.
What does Pod have for us today?
Nothing,
because we already checked it. Never mind.
Yep.
It's fine.
We did ditch this portal for some reason or another.
Goomba about to also find Ice Palace mirroring up on top of that castle. Unfortunately, we do not have the Fire Rod or Bombos to get very far in it. We have everything else we need, just not that. Well, Goomba does.
And speaking of Catfish stroke Zora checks, Zelgadissan is up here. Probably going to mirror over and get the bow side of Pod while he's here, as well as turning in his mushroom.
Or, and hear me out, we could fake Flipper and get the dark shopping mall mirror and get the light shopping mall as well.
Yeah. After Catfish and after Zora, I would expect.
Zelga about to be very happy and pull that hook shot and can actually do a lot more in pod this time. So gonna get some more checks out of it than Goomba did. So that'll be exciting to see what else we find here in pod.
Yeah, and with one key in hand and already having completed the bow side, I expect him to bonk his way to the back through the hammer pegs. Azure, I agree that Zelga should be on the right and Goomba should be on the left. Blame Jinx.
I mean, I can flip it if you want me to flip it.
Oh god, if you do it now, my brain's gonna explode.
But it's gonna screw up our trackers, and they're gonna hate you if that's what you want. It's up to you. Do we hate the trackers? No. Hey, there's Eastern Palace. Now I kind of want to do it. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do it. But I'll remember if I restream tomorrow, I will put Goomba on the opposite side, I promise. You will summon Trez. Trez will be on my side. Trust me, Trez likes to make people suffer too. I don't make people suffer. I'm a nice person. There's another small pod over in Eastern Palace. So now I don't know if this is a meta that Goomba is dipping Eastern because Zelda probably won't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Strong yes. So one of the things about Crosskeys is that Crosskeys is this mode where you have lots of choices that save you time if you skip them. The expectation value is positive for skipping them, but if you don't skip them, it's a huge downside. And if you're known for skipping particular things, it's your opponent can exploit that by not skipping them, because then it's like basically an instant win if something does happen to be there. So,
well, I mean, that's what happened with Wally and Humbug, except Wally was like, no, I know what he's going to do, so I'm going to check it. And he did, and that was that big key to Meyer. Zelda pulling out a small to pod, which when do we never, when do we never not pull? How many double negatives? We always find a small to pod in pod. It's like a given.
the odds are good.
Pretty high. They will just meta to not meta to meta. That is like, it's... I feel like with these runners, given they have such great relationships, that their whole thing is to just try and out meta the other person.
Yeah.
Here we have our other spawn castle tower. Was that castle tower or was that sewers?
It was a castle tower. It is absolutely correct to be slightly unpredictable, right? So zelgadissan is on record as like always skip Eastern, always skip Eastern, always skip Eastern. And if you watch what great races, he's always like, oh, always skip Eastern, except this race, it was not correct. And it's he knows it's not correct to always skip Eastern, but he's on record as saying you should, which is an interesting choice. He's convinced everybody that he always skips Eastern, but he doesn't really. And it looks like Goomba also remembers that he needs to check back. Surprised that's the optimal mirror spot for checking back.
What was catfished? I missed it.
Not unuseful.
Okay.
I was busy watching Goomba wander around like a normal person. Goomba gets his $300 for magical purposes. Hook was on the bow-locked side of pod.
Which I think is just in logic with just the bow, isn't it?
Yeah. There's no doors between the front door and the bow side.
Pod logic gets me a little creeped out because there's a lot of different things that could happen. So I always like to double check before I make a statement.
That's one of the only parts of pod that is simple, because there's no key doors. So.
Hey, small key on Zora to Ganon's tower.
Boo! It looks like Zelga's swimming out. I believe Zelga that this is the fast way out if you're not picking up the ledge, but I'm also surprised. I would have thought that just hopping down the waterfall was faster than all this nonsense, but maybe not. I expect Goomba will go and make that same check after this. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see him going over there. AGT, all right. We can do a lot of the things.
We can do full left, but first let's check out room.
Small Meyer.
Big key chest is behind all 6 small keys. So pod logic requires you to have way more keys than you'd think, because it has to allow for you be doing stuff that's really dumb. So
Zelga entering that whirlpool from like the backside to try and not die from those stupid flame spitting bugs.
Yes, if you come in with momentum to the right, you can get all the way to the ladder dock thing during your iframes. If you do it just right.
I love how technical we are. Oh my god. God, we are like professionals.
I mean, the thing I don't know is if it's a letter or a doc, which feels like not the important part of that piece of commentary.
Well, I mean, I definitely renamed those things Fire Spitty Birds, so, I mean, practically a
I
Webster's
have
dictionary.
no idea what any of the enemies in this game are called that are not the like important ones. Like,
That are not Moldorms or Dead Rocks.
no, like Gibdos have a fun name, and
They
like
really
that are in
do.
lots of places, and Stalfos, but like the floaty bomb guys, like I don't know. And which ones are the Ropas? I guess they're the sacks with the like kind of look like they have ropes on the top, but
I thought the Ropas were the snakes.
those are supposed to be snakes. No, the snakes are snakes.
I don't know. I don't know. I
All right.
think the snakes are Ropas. Because, like, snakes look like ropes.
Dognet.
Hey.
No, there's little things with the hoppy things with the ropes on top. And yes, Purple Pega, this commentary has come off. Oh, Jinxie's right.
I just like to be argumentative. So, I could be wrong, but I'm not going to stop saying it.
Yes, the hoppy orange things are Ropas.
Snakes are no ropes. I happen to like snakes. Oh, we have the Ganon's Tower big key. We're going to get a look at the big chest here.
Yeah, we could go upstairs.
We can climb. Yeah, that, like, it just hit me and I was like, oh, gasp, we can climb.
So in logic, we don't get all the way through, but in practice, we can. We'll see if either or both runners are interested in a GT climb at this point. Well, there's key logic and there's the key practicalities, which are not quite the same thing. But with two GT smalls, I'm pretty sure we can get all the way through. So, assuming we haven't done anything stupid.
Professor Pixie, I love you. Hey, blue boomerang, small key to the. Oh, hey, and big.
Hey, it's the fetch quest key and the other fetch quest key. If any of those pay off.
Hey, it's nice to find them early, though.
Capacity fairing is that collection of torches, but Goomba is not interested in having more bombs at this point. So one of the even without tricks, the key logic is much more conservative than you actually need to be. So there's the door between the left side of GT and the right side of GT that nobody ever opens. And so you just need one fewer key than key logic says you do for all of the things in GT. Because the logic has to let you be an idiot, even if you're not.
You can accidentally open that door, sir. You can accidentally do it. I have accidentally done it.
Oh, and
Gooma's climbing. Go. Yes.
I support this decision.
I do too, because it's like hella left field. I love this.
I think it's just good EV at this point. Like your Bayesian updater is like, I've got bow, I've got a hook, I've got two small keys and a big key. Like, let's do this thing.
See what stupid uncle has.
I mean, he made quite the trip this seed. Like, usually he only makes it to like the first enemy before he kicks the bucket. But if he made it all the way through the GT climb and beat Aga 2, that's pretty good going for an old man.
That is one thing that has always annoyed me. Like, he's like, stay here, don't leave. And he makes it to the freaking basement and he's like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah, he gets literally the first card and cacks it. Like, come on,
he's
dude.
Not even in a room with the guards. He's like, he like heard them talking in the next room and he's like, yeah, well, I quit. It's done.
So my headcanon is that he like walked into the first guard, the guard killed him and was like, "Oh man, I gotta go report this to my boss and fill out a bunch of paperwork."
He's not dead. He talks to you in there. He's like, I told you to stay home.
And then he dies.
He doesn't die.
Oh,
He's
sorry.
standing there with you at the end waving.
Maybe he goes to hospital. It's fine. Certainly he's incapacitated.
I'm concerned with why there's one bed and he's called your uncle. Like, that takes it to a creep level. Oh, Zelga's climbing too.
Yeah.
They both just don't care, man. They're like, let's just do it. That's awesome. I would never have the guts to do this.
I mean, they both cleared out the area. This is not a great place to get back to. There's a bunch of items up here. It's mostly in logic. I support this play. Like, beyond this being hype, I think this is also smart.
No, I support it. I'm just saying I am not good enough at the game to be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it with what I have. Although they are kind of stacked considering, I guess.
10 hearts, red mail, tempered sword. The only thing they don't have is Canis Maria, which means that these wizard rooms kind of suck. But
Zelda doesn't have tempered.
Okay, Master Sword. He'll be fine. Dude can do Master Sword Silverless. He can climb GTB.
I think he also does swordless, so I mean, I think he's good.
Yeah, he's fine.
The Wizrobe rooms without Samaria do my head in, though. Like, seriously, it's upsetting. It really is. And Goomba's just like, nah, shoot him with arrows, it's fine. Meanwhile, I ugly cry every time I enter Mire. God forbid I have to double dip it, because I have to do that room twice.
So misses the one cycle by, like, 3 frames.
I'm synchronizing. Listen, guys, I'm also your restreamer, so I'm watching the commentary page. Should something go wrong on the main page, give me a little, hey, girl, restream's messed up. You don't have to freak out. Y'all don't have to start yelling. Just someone be like, hey, something's up, and I'll go check.
Oh, Goomba. He does all the hard rooms, Wizard rooms with no Canis Maria, and then duffs the this lamp room, which we have to do this order, by the way. If you try this with just lamp and try to do the torches in any other order, you will be sad.
You know what's a fun fact about Ganon's Tower? And I know this from personal... There's the Sewer's Key. And I know this from personal experience. So if you change your mind... I spelled sewers wrong on my tracker. Oh, well. And you grab that small key on the right side and you mirror on the conveyor belt, you will push yourself into the wall of Ganon's Tower and have to do another mirror because now you're glitched into the wall. And then... if you don't pay attention to the door closing sound and you go right up the steps, you also despawn the tower. I did that back to back in one race. So if you see those eyes lined up on that wall right there where Zelda is, you have despawned the tower. You can get these first 2 chests, but that's it. You're climbing again.
The glorious. The reason we need to have a category called no major glitches.
Yes. I feel like that was during a restream too that I did that, and I'm pretty sure I cried.
I mean, I've seen a runner accidentally do exploration glitch to be like, shit, what do now?
Is the jingle glitch fixed? I did not know that. I'm
Last
probably
egg.
still gonna wait.
The small key to Hyrule Castle is completely fucking useless, except when the back of escape entrance is not accessible. Which is to say, in one of the entrances that needs items to get to, or more particularly, if it's behind Aga 2, the Sewer's Key is often useful. However, this race, given that they're doing Aga 2 right now, even if this was the Sanctuary, it would be not very useful. So, what does Uncle have for us today? Good job, Uncle. You made it farther than usual.
A
You
whole
got it
map.
the swamp.
It's a swamp palace.
Old swamp.
Ooh, that
woods.
feels bad. But they're both doing it. But they don't know.
But yeah, but they don't know that. They better not know that.
I mean, Goomba's feeling really bad right now, but Zelga's about to feel really bad also, so it's fine.
Yeah.
We got the sewers key.
Yeah, of all the hey man, that Swamp Palace map might pay off yet. Not very much. Not as much to pay off, but there is no reason to climb there.
Now they're going.
No reason to not climb. Last egg, you had too many negatives in your sentence, one of which was the wrong word. So
that's fine. Back to pod for Goomba. Has another key.
Yep.
We can get another check.
Yeah, so unfortunately, he's going to walk through the front door because he doesn't want to do the bow side again.
Oh, I 100% support the climb. 100%. It just didn't pay off. We know it doesn't pay off. They don't. Tip number 37 of Pod this seed. It's fine. I love Pod. I like to watch Pod. Do it all. Do all the things.
Why is Pod your favorite dungeon, Jinxie?
I like how when it's not Key Sanity, how you can just like circle the whole thing in one go and it makes me happy. I like how it works. I think Helma is the coolest boss in the game. I just like how it looks. I don't know. I like the mini Helmas. They're adorable.
You like the flippy upside down turtles?
I like the flippy upside down turtles. Yes, I do. Oh, see, Zelga's going into Eastern, so he's going to meta the meta.
Yeah. And he knows it's a crystal, too. So for those that aren't aware, in a recent update in Sanity modes, in a dungeon, if you have the map, the type of dungeon, crystal or pendant, now shows up in the top left-hand corner. This is a crystal dungeon for Zelda.
Fun. Oh, man, I looked down. What was in the Harmless Hallway?
I don't know. I was busy looking at Zelda doing Eastern. Because it's a
bottle. Okay, so that check is not going to be very exciting for Zelda. Going to get a dark cross check here from Goomba, which we already saw from zelgadissan. But Zelda is going to get their tempered sword, so that's pretty cool. Not really sure where we go after this.
I'm still baffled. This is Dark Maze. Dark Cross is a different place. But it took me a solid 10 seconds to figure out who you were talking about, because I was like, neither of these guys is anywhere near Dark Cross.
Sorry.
What are you talking about, baby?
Sorry. Well, we could hair a pot. That could be fun.
We could hair a pot. We could also go check Catfish.
I thought we checked Catfish. We did check Catfish. Catfish was nothing.
So, yeah. I thought they both checked Catfish already, but
no, Goomba went right over to Dark Cross.
Dark Shopping Mall?
Oh my god, what is wrong with me? I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm usually not this bad at commentating, honest to God. I don't know what's wrong with me.
If you just call everywhere Dark Cross, I will have to
spelled sewers wrong on my tracker, and it's really upsetting me. Yeah. It happened.
Type of signal? I don't believe so. But the default behavior of having the compass show how many items there are in a dungeon, but not getting Insolid Leap there. I don't believe that location is anything useful. So
it's not, but I think it has something to do with killing the ice armos. Like you have to you have to drop like so many bombs into the water to reset the Insilla or something like that. I don't know. People far smarter than me can explain that, but I think that's the problem there.
Yeah, there's some Ice Armos clears the
Goomba.
you basically loads up all of the Ancilla and then helpfully deletes them. So the so for those who aren't aware what I'm talking about, it was discovered about a year ago that if you drop a whole bunch of stuff in on the map in certain circumstances, the slot where the splash would load when you jump in the water is full, and so you don't get the splash animation. And for reasons that are stupid, the check to see if you can swim or not is tied into that splash animation. And so if the animation doesn't happen, the check doesn't happen, and you can fake flipper. But because it's basically overflowing memory in order to make that happen, there's a bunch of mysterious things that go into making that glitch work.
It's magic.
It's not magic programming.
It is magic.
So there's no reason that the check should be tied to the animation happening. That's actually just bad programming.
You can't just let it be mysterious. How did my moment taste, sir? Was it delicious?
I'm sorry. I actually program. So the last thing I need is people believing that I do magic for a living. I do programming and quantum physics, and so none of it's magic. Just science.
Well, I raise chickens and I restream, so beat that, Mr. Quantum Leap. Sorry, I love you. I do.
Ooh, a compass.
I am Team Compass. I actually like having the compasses because then I don't have to second guess my item counting.
Yep.
I like it.
You should play more door rando.
Never. You don't get that bad juju away from me, Mr. Magician. Can I call you Bill Nye? Oh my god, I love Bill Nye. Like, it's ridiculous. No, I legitimately do love Bill Nye. Like, that's not a joke. I love Bill Nye the Science Guy. Love him. Like, would take a bullet for him.
He's quite small, so odds on the bullets would miss anyway. So, no, I am not nearly as lean as Mr. the Science Guy, Dr. the Science Guy. I don't actually remember if Bill Nye has a proper doctorate.
Ooh.
Butter sword.
Okay. Ooh, small swamp. Don't have the flippers yet, but that's fun. I'm glad. I like that.
And Turtle Rock as a green pendant makes us less nervous about missing Cane and Fire Rod, but makes us feel bad about this Ice Rod that we've had for ages.
I mean, green pendant, Turtle Rock. I mean, do you ever think of Turtle Rock as a pendant or a crystal? I really don't. I just feel like there are so many components to Turtle Rock, given how many entrances there are, that you kind of just, it's its own little entity. Like, I feel like Turtle Rock is basically Laser Bridge and Trinex. All the rest is just places.
Yeah, but the fact that it's a pendant means we don't have to find... So, pendant Turtle Rock means that there's slightly fewer ice rods in Crosskeys, right? Because it means that both the Turtle Rock Big Key and the ice rod are not logically required.
Yes.
And it means we probably don't actually have to beat Trinex unless, the game is being particularly cruel.
Well, I mean, we're still missing what Meyer is, so Samaria could be required. And
Yeah.
In Crosskeys, is Samaria still required for Ice Palace?
No. Star. It affects key logic.
Okay.
Because you can put the Mario block on the switch in the basement to open the last door. It affects how many keys you need to get through the dungeon. Pretty sure.
That's what I thought. Hey, Meyer, speaking of. Unfortunately, can't finish this because we don't have Samaria, but Samaria can be in here. Stranger things have happened. Goomba about to pick up their sword as well as that small to Swamp Palace. Always feels good to find that. We have already drained the dam. We have the hookshot. We have the hammer. All we need are those flippers, which could be right here on Meyer.
We're really doing. We're not. I mean, we're not going to get a 130 here, but this is. We're making progress.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely have nice things to work with. We have a lot to work with, actually. I really like the trajectory of this seed. So far, the only real thing that's been crap was the top of Ganon's tower. But do we really blame the runners for doing that? Absolutely not.
So the there's another trick called Diver Down in Swamp, which lets you effectively do an equivalent thing to Splash Delete, and it puts you under the water. The water in dungeons works differently than the overworld water for reasons, but I don't believe a method is known to skip the first piece of water in Swamp Palace.
We're just not there yet. I think we have. I feel like Kern has been working on that for a while to try and figure out that situation.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few people out there that are always looking for that find joy in looking for.
Yeah, Kern's a madman. If there's a will, there's a way. Kern will find it.
I mean, it turns out when you have multiple tricks named after you, probably you spent a bunch of time looking it up.
Well, Meyer sucks so far. Still have a lot of checks, though. Only going to leave one item behind at this point, and that's Vidi. Which, again, there's still a chance we could pull Samaria out of here. Let's have a vanilla Samaria.
ZelgaDissan gets a little bit too close to the corner there. Ether in the big chest. Actually a decent convenience item. It's the best of the medallions in actual usability.
I agree.
I mean, I guess Bombos beats bosses and things, but...
although Bombos would have got us into Ice Palace.
Yeah. And Zelga is done with his mirror dip. Or his Meyer dip. Misery mirror.
I cursed your words because I couldn't say mine correctly.
In Dark Cross Room, here's I think the last of our five item caves.
Yeah, this is the last one. Hey, shovel. Silvers.
When we do get back to Vitreous, he'll be nice and easy.
Ooh, nice.
Arabig, which is only a fetch quest at this point because they have Hook and Harapot is a thing. Given that Super Bunny is almost impossible not to trigger in a bunch of situations, we're not going to ban that one. Including particular Super Bunny Cave, which turns up in Crosskeys all the time. You just get Super Bunny state for free, and so banning it is not at all viable.
Where the heck is our fire rod? Hey, let's go finish out Hera.
Yeah. There are a lot of things left on Zelga's to-do list. He hasn't done any of the Northwest Dark World. Hasn't done Pod area. And obviously hasn't found the mire. So there's a lot of stuff out there. Wow, Goomba does a map check where you can actually look at the map for an extended period of time. He's not too cool for, 3-frame map checks.
That is literally my biggest fear when I'm tracking, is how fast they're going to map check.
I think Tumultalk, one of our regular trackers, has the clip button set up, like on standby. Take a clip of the runner's map check so that he can pause it.
I just pull up their VOD and see what they've checked on their tracker, as long as they have a tracker. Some runners like to not run with trackers, which makes me very sad.
Yeah.
Goomba not even going to mess with Harapot. Just like, yeah, I'll just climb it. Let's just do it.
No boots Harapot, you have to be pretty precise for it to save time. Like, it is almost like, I think that too many runners try it, if that makes sense.
That's fair.
I mean, Zelda got it quickly in first try and saved a little bit of time, but I think there are many people out there in competitive situations should not be too cool for just walking up the tower.
I feel the same way about the hammer jump in Pod, when there's no need to do it, when it's not a key sanity situation. It takes too much time. Just open the door. It's fine. Just open the door.
And in fact, one thing you occasionally see top tier runners doing, especially if they're coming from, is if they have 6 pod keys before they get there, they just fucking open the door because it's fine.
I'd like to point out that both of these runners, top tier, right? These are top tier runners. They keep their chest trackers. Like, they know exactly how many items they have in which dungeons. And I feel like that is something that a lot of people ignore and don't do, and it's important.
Yep.
And I appreciate it.
Well, it informs your choices, right?
Oh, yeah. You can definitely find density a lot faster if you keep track of how many items you have, especially in like Crosskeys or Key Sanity or any kind of mode where, map and compass, where you're not limited to like 2 items in Hera. So now those 2 items become, a significant amount more. You have, 10 items in Swamp compared to 6?
I don't know. I don't play your non-key sanity modes.
I don't play non-key sanity modes.
But the thing that I find useful about item tracking is if there's 1 item left in Hera, it's the basement, right? Like, those numbers eventually sort of turn into not just the density, but which things are left where. Did I go back to Thieves Town after picking up the small key? Did I... whatever. Anyway, now we're going fast. And can I remark on the fact that these runners are doing more or less the same things at more or less the same time?
Yeah, you beat me to it, because I was just going to say, we are looking at a very tight race if these runners continue to be synced up the way they are.
Here's our King's Tomb check. There's another quick warp spot if you set it up right, which is flush against the left wall of this box.
So let's see. We definitely are looking for Fire rods, Maria, possibly mitts, flippers, maybe flute. What do we have left here? Item location wise, I think we're just missing Bonk Rocks, K45, and Checkerboard. As far as
three 1-item caves.
Yeah, as far as like stationary, non-stationary items go. Like, we still obviously have Smith, Purple Chest, Hobo, and things like that, but those are all Library? We haven't seen library, I don't believe.
I believe you're correct. And we're getting low on entrances. So, there's I think we start seeing dungeon completions where possible soon. Oh, sorry. I think we start seeing complete dungeon completions being possible, and then that being the next phase of the game, right? So
Yeah.
Crosskeys works in a couple of phases, right? There's like the figuring out where stuff is phase, explore. Somebody had like a 3 or 4 E's explanation for this, but and there's the like sort of running around, starting to put together the pieces, items, unlocking other items, bit, and then there's the you're like start being able to do stuff, dungeon completions.
There's Bombos. That's Ice Palace.
Now we can go do Ice Palace. Are we locked in the back? No. Good. Enjoy the does. I'll go check that. Actually resetting his mirror location.
Oh, book.
I wonder if we'll see Zelda check Ped while he's in the area.
I mean, I don't feel like there's going to be a better time.
Yeah, I mean, you should not do it. Which, we don't have, so we don't have Fire Rod, so I feel like I'm confused why Goomba's doing this in the light world. Would have thought that going back through Skullwoods was faster.
Ped is dead.
And Goomba knows that. The upside is much higher if Goomba knows that it's not dead, but
yeah. We saw the shovel we haven't checked either.
Yeah.
We haven't had any connectors to the mire area, have we?
We have not.
I didn't think.
And we have no flute, and we're a glove short of being able to get there the old-fashioned way. So.
Ooh, big key to desert.
We need that one.
Okay, book required.
And while we're making book checks, let's argue our case in front of the gods? Question mark. Man, they were really buying into this sink. Goomba picks up his desert big key. He's not interested in going and checking desert main entrance.
Okay, that was just Spec Rock, which was our shield that we are not going to see Zelda pick up. Well, that opens up Ice Palace as well as I just went blank. Ice Palace and Desert for us now. See, you were definitely correct on your call that we'll be able to clear dungeons here. Oh, gonna get a look at what is on that shovel. Have not found, that's crap. Have not found where our potion shop is yet to find out what our mushroom turn-in is.
These guys too cool for health at this point. And yes, Zelgadissan checked the bonk rocks behind Link's house. There's another one behind the bomb shop. So Goomba's getting a 2-in-1 bonk rocks deal here. Ooh, that might be a little bit close to the. Nope, got there. One of many sort of Crosskeys only or entrance rando only entrances, along with the Curiosity Shop. Not a place you're really going to go in any other mode. Welcome, Raiders from ZSR 3. This is Game 2 of the Semifinals of the Crosskeys tournament for Link to the Past rando. These guys are both excellent runners. They're almost neck and neck. Getting to the completing dungeons part of the seed. And we'll
Oh,
see if the
Goomba's
rest
on
fall in
ice.
place. We recently unlocked the ability to complete both Ice Palace and Desert Palace. And Goomba is going to do one, while zelgadissan is doing the other.
I think Zelga's going to go right to ice after this, though.
Yes, absolutely. And I kind of like doing desert first, because if you find Cane here, you're very happy.
Or if you find Fire Rod, you're very happy as well.
Sure. Whereas Goomba, there's nothing here that could really make doing desert more appealing. If that makes sense. Is that a reasonable argument? Hey, there's tight limits.
Okay.
And with no Cane of Samaria, we get to see Goomba do Ice Palace the old-fashioned way. We'll see if he still remembers how to do Ice Palace Bomb Jump. The answer is yes, but... and just a reminder, of course, that Titan Smiths are way less exciting in Crosskeys than almost any other mode, just because they don't actually lock that many entrances. And so in most modes, they lock only a few entrances, but they're dungeons. Here, with high probability, they probably don't do it. I think they're only required in, I don't know, actually know the number, but it's somewhere like something like 35% of seats.
Oh, yeah, first try.
Perfect.
Very nice.
Perfect.
I was actually expecting him to hover just to spite you. I'm a little upset he didn't.
Goomba is not a reliable enough hoverer that for him, I think that the fastest play is the bomb jump still. And chat pointing out that with Pendant Mire and Pendant Turtle Rock, we likely don't need Samaria or the Fire Rod. Given that we sequence
so that means we're going to get them for sure.
Sure. Or they're going to be required to get something.
Did you see how nice that routing went because of that small Ice Palace key right there that they got in the beginning that I was excited about? And you remember that? Remember that?
Oh, I said they would be excited an hour later, and they like it's made their life better.
Yeah.
But it didn't make their life better for a while. It was like, one of those, it's like being gifted an annuity by someone. Like, thanks. This will be great when I retire. And like, you get old and it's fine.
I mean, if you want to gift me an annuity, I'm not going to be a jerk about it. I'm going to be very grateful. So I'm just going to put that out there. I can drop you. I don't have a Venmo. I don't even know what that is, but just for the sake of argument.
So the crossness shouldn't affect the entrance rando. Shouldn't affect the heal. Only the key sanity part affects the logic.
Beautiful pen gator room there for Zelga. Small key to Mire, which we don't need. Gross.
And in and Ice Palace is such a complicated dungeon. You have to know so many different ways through here, depending on which stuff you have.
Seriously. Hey, a big key to Turtle Rock. Could be important.
Odds are not good for it being important. We're not sad to get it. But we're not champing at the bit to oh yeah, that's the thing that's definitely going to break the seat open, because we definitely can't do Trinex. We can go check the big chest. Probably do that reasonably soon.
And get to Laser Bridge. We haven't found Laser Bridge yet, have we?
No, we haven't. All right. Time for some Butter Sword Cold Stare. Nice. Get him in the corner. Perfect. That was a beautiful Cold Stare fight.
It really is, but why is it when we have top tier runners, they end up with Butter Sword and Silvers before they even have to fight a boss? Like, that's just BS. I feel like they should have to do Swordless because I like to watch their execution.
I got to watch Fighter Sword Trinex a couple of weeks ago. That was great.
Wally had to do, was it Swordless Aga? Not Aga, Swordless Argus. But instead of menuing, he was quick swapping to the bow to kill the puffs after he pulled it with the hook shot. It was glorious. Oh my god, for some reason, when your name popped up, I thought it said Goomba, and I was like, what? It's okay, everything's fine. I think I'm getting tired.
You are definitely getting tired. And you're in America, where it's not nearly as late.
It's only 20 to 9.
Yeah. I'm trying not to look at a clock at the moment.
Okay, let's see if that
and
chest is important.
A reminder to everyone that Goomba is in Europe. And
yeah.
So
it started at 1 a.m. for Goomba, yeah. Okay, so I like this play because we have not seen Laser Bridge yet, and that could be important. Trinex might not be, but never mind. Never mind. We don't have Samaria.
Yeah. And Goomba can hover a bit, but...
that would be quite the hover.
Yes. That's the sort of thing that Andy does when he's showing off and not actually racing. So here's Goomba's desert play. But it was a good remember from Goomba to check Crystal Roller Room. It's one of the sort of more awkward checks in Turtle Rock. So remembering all of the various and sundry ways to get there is useful. Nice hook speed from Zelda there.
I like that sound effect as well.
This might be... Man, the lack of flippers is really a thing in this seed.
It really is, yes.
And neither runner is interested in fake flippering things like Hobo. This is not excellent execution from Goomba. I don't know how often... I mean, these guys don't do silver Landmo very often, but he did Ice Rod Landmo one cycle on the climb, and then opted for Silver's Landmo there and totally screwed it up. So
I feel like at this point, Swamp is going to be behind the flute over in the Mire area. So, yeah. What are our 5-6? Yeah, we still don't have Eastern Big.
I think like aggressively looking for a Swamp Palace is not. There's just not that many entrances left for Zelda to look in for Swamp until the flute turns up or a connector to Mire area.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think. Do we have any connectors left that could take us to the Mire area? I don't think we do.
I don't.
We have the Smith sequence, though, that I think we're going to see from Goomba. Smith is in such a gross location without the flute, but I guarantee the flute's on the Smith. I don't really guarantee that. I have no idea, but I feel like it's something stupid like that.
I feel like guaranteeing is a good way to get yourself in trouble in this sort of mode.
Right. I'm going to stick by what I said. I said what I said.
Good. I'm glad you said it.
I mean, it could be the ice entrance, but we don't have flippers yet, so technically it wouldn't be in logic, and we still need those flippers anyway to even do Swamp Palace.
So
So they're
it's.
not going to worry about checking
I
that
would
one.
be half tempted to fake flipper to like Hylia Island at some point in the reasonably near future. Because if it's like a Mire area connector, uh, there's a couple things it could be that pay off, even if you're sequence breaking it. So,
Hey, never
or
mind.
yeah.
Never mind.
Now I'm tempted to go to like Hylia Island for sure.
Well, technically, he had the smith with him when he got the flippers, so I feel like I get at least half credit for that.
Okay. Um, you're a like semi-reliable seer.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
somewhat. I'm Professor Trelawney, if you will.
Useful once every 20 years.
Yes. Turtle
That's
Rock
career.
today being quick,
That's career goals right there. Being correct every 20 years, keeping your job.
right? I mean, they let me keep my kids, and I'm rarely correct on things there. I'm like, every day, Dr. Phil's gonna go. It'll be fine. Okay, can you guys hear us?
No, they can't.
I
According.
just brought the
You just
the
fixed things.
bot back in.
All right, we fixed it.
Maybe. I don't know what just happened.
Sorry, there's some. Inevitably, when Jinxie decides to do commentary, there's technical difficulties on ZS
Right? Every time.
Um,
We didn't miss anything though. We're okay. Wait, did we miss something? Did we miss anything, guys? I don't feel like we did.
Here's Zelga taking the Smith to the flippers. These runners are still making. Not only is this race close, they're making similar choices. It's so Big J's. What happened is that it turned itself off, and then Jinxie was rapidly looking for the power button.
I was sweating, but we got it. We're good. Nobody panic.
The fact that both runners have decided to take the Smith, pick up the Smith, go through Desert Palace, and then go open the Turtle Rock main entrance with the Smith is some excellent, mind reading. Ooh, hook speed Turtle Rock puzzle.
Huge thanks to our tracker, Liberal, who is also a restreamer with me, that kept me calm and was like, hey, they all went offline. It's fine. Get it back in there. You're good. I love you, Libby. Hey, there's Checkerboard Cave.
Merp. Yet another very complicated puzzle to solve.
Thieves Town.
Need that one. All right. What do we still need? Eastern Palace Big Key. That's what we need. No. Yep.
Hey, look at that.
Unfortunate. Now we gotta go do Laser Bridge.
Hey, chat, how we looking? Stream all right?
Do you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
We good. We are missing a significant amount of big keys.
We're missing one that we care about. Or, I mean, Goomba is, rather. But all we need is Eastern Big.
For my sake, I want them all.
We also need to find Swamp Palace, which is actually probably requires a flute.
Laser bridge. I'm gonna say
If it's traverse Totorock to get to Laser Bridge, to get to the Mire area, to get to Swamp Palace, that would be excellent.
Oh, that would be so sexy. Speaking of festive, I have a few festive seeds saved. I should have just given them those. There you go, guys.
From the last winter?
Yeah.
Oh, I need some of those.
Yeah.
Send them over.
I will. I was like super late with getting them, so I just rolled like 10 or 20 of them, something like that, and I just have them saved in a folder, so you can have them if you'd like.
Thanks. I totally failed to download any last December.
Okay, so we
Goomba
small key.
doing excellent work there. Not entirely sure what happened there.
Life happened.
I actually what is Goomba's sprite?
I don't know. It's cute though. It looks like some kind of Dr. Fairy. Dr. Tinkerbell. Ooh, this is a new check. Unless it happened when the stream was dead.
No, this is a new check. Stream wasn't dead, just a commentary. Apparently they could see everything the whole time. I don't understand how Twitch works.
Yeah, so I restream on a remote. So I'm restreaming from Germany, technically. And so the computer was still streaming. It just didn't have our audio because the remote access shut off. So that's what's going on there. What was Hobo? I missed it. Is it nothing? Trash, thank you. Oh my goodness, they are like tracing each other's footsteps. I love it.
No, I don't know if they're 5 seconds close, but
I mean, if you want a game 3, which we all do, you got to be rooting for Goomba. As much as we love Zelda, we got to root for Goomba on this one because we want game 3. Because it's way too hype for this tournament to be over, right?
We got another best of 3 coming. Another best of 3 coming? Best of 2 finals?
That's a 5, isn't it? On finals? Isn't it 5?
I don't look up the rules. I just sign up to talk about things.
Oh, I am blatantly biased sometimes. Purple. I'm not afraid to admit it. I really want a game 3. I want Goomba to win this.
Nice blind fight. I think went slightly awry for Goomba, but got it back in order after slightly getting off script. Missed by 10 frames or something.
I still feel like we need that flute. And I think it's going to be on Laser Bridge.
I'm
Although we can beat Viddy right now, too.
Yeah. I'm more excited about going to Laser Bridge somehow. That's like a bunch of items in it and an entrance.
Exactly.
Whereas going to Mire is a lot of work for one item.
Okay, here's the front. I like this check. We only have 4 items out of T-Rock at almost 2 hours in. That's crazy.
It turns out Canis and Mario lost small items at here. Especially when Laser Bridge is somewhere dumb.
Just a piece of heart. Wait, did you check the other? Oh, you don't have the fire rod! What is this seed?
We don't need the fire rod. We cool.
No, he saved and quit, and I was like, why wouldn't you get those other 2 chests? Because he didn't have the fire rod. My goodness.
No, this is, but like, we don't need that fire rod. We good. We don't need that.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying who I want to win overall. I love all 4 runners that we just had here in the semifinals. I'm just saying I want more of it. I have to wait a whole year for this tournament to come back around. I'm not willing to let it go for a 2-0. I want Goomba to win. I want a game 3. I want another 5-second win. I think that's awesome.
Sad that the reference tournament is going on. It started already, and also it doesn't appear to be getting restreams. I'd commentate that thing.
Ooh, GFE with another evil thought. Swamp Palace could be in the back of Skull Woods. I didn't even think of that.
No, yeah, that's been on my mind for a while. But I'm hoping we don't need the fire rod because it's so rare that you can get through a seed without the sort of one of those core items like that.
Yeah. Okay, here it is. Give me something good. Bottle, come on. Oh, last chest. Although this connector, the entrance, like...
Yeah, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Small key to pod. And Goomba remembers that there's an entrance here. Whoosh.
Oh, so close yet so far away.
Go at the back of Old Man to get back to somewhere good.
Here's right side GT. This is another pretty dense check we have left. Oh, we also have Ether Tablet. That's so stupid.
And in good Crosskeys tradition, Zelda is willing to do Tile Room.
I mean, you have to. You always have to do Tile Room in Crosskeys. Sometimes that's really the only thing you can do.
Yeah, well, it's the thing in logic. The everything from here on is a.
Not gonna talk about it.
Sequence break. The right side here is a sequence break. It's in fact not even an easy sequence break.
It's not, but I love it. I want to see it.
Yeah, It's a dense sequence break, and we do not logically need a fire rod to beat the seed because of Swamp Palace. Not Swamp Palace, Skull Woods. God damn it. But yeah, an interesting choice from it's definitely out of logic for the moment point of view. Plus, this bomb jump is not free. But first try, nice setup by Zelda.
I'm also going to say that both of these runners are always on stream practicing. Goomba also practices Ocarina of Time. They put in their time, they put in their energy, they put in their effort to learning how to route this game, how to execute this game, and how to play this game. There will be no suggestion or even mere mention of the C word on either of these runners, or I will shut this restream down because I have great respect for both of these two people who put in numerous hours to learning this game. Thank you very much. Just making sure.
All right. Goomba is taking your suggestion to go do Vitreous with our newly found Cane of Samaria, which, oof. Ugh, Silver's Vitreous. Sign me up for more of this.
Hey, it's a big key. To Eastern, that was required. That could be where Swamp is.
Goomba trying to remember how to get to Eastern. Man, Samaria for Vitreous for Eastern Palace. Big. Yikes. This really where we're going? We've lost Jinxie.
No, sorry. I was just pushing the wrong button to talk. I was here. I was speaking. You just couldn't hear me.
That's one way to lose people. Jinxie's so hyped, she lost the right buttons.
I somehow opened live splits, and then my internet security thing popped up. All the things were happening all at once.
What's supposed to be happening, Jinxie? It's some Crosskeys. Goomba, knowing that the pedestal is dead, left behind the pendant from Vitreous after making sure that he really, really didn't need it. It was a very slow save and quit. And here's zelgadissan off to go do the right thing.
Hey, there's our fire rod.
Let's go beat Armos. So how are we getting to Swamp? Is finding a flute at some point.
I still like GFE's suggestion that it's back there in Skull Woods. I like that suggestion. I like that a lot. It could be behind the 5-6 crystals as well. We have not come out of there. Libby on the same wavelength as me.
By the way, every time someone says Pyramid Fairy, I'm like, we found Pyramid Fairy. That's not where we're going. Apparently, I internalized Amazing Empress's hint names for everything too much. We've seen the dam ages ago, Wally. They're marked off on the trackers and everything.
Wally's recouping. Like, yes. Wally needs some time. But, ladies and gentlemen, Wall Kicks is our runner heading to the finals against one of these two fine gentlemen.
I was trying not to say that too many times on stream because we encourage people to go watch the VOD of that race. But you should go watch the VOD of that race. It was good.
I mean, you can still watch the VOD. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but spoilers.
Spoilers, it's posted. Not spoilers if it's posted.
I mean, the spoilers are there too. I find it basically impossible to watch VODs if I know who won. So, That's my my position on that. Sorry, I've totally lost the plot of what's going on with the earlier discussion. Here's Skullwoods 3. Here's Swamp Palace. That's all she wrote.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh, and Zelga is right behind, although... No. Where's Zelga going? Wait a minute. Where's Zelga
Eastern.
going?
Zelga's going to Eastern.
I thought this was Ice Palace. I'm in the wrong... Sorry, I'm at the wrong race.
This is like complicated way to get to Eastern, but yes.
Yeah.
That's where we're going. Yes, this is basically race over. Goomba just has to finish up Swamp Palace and then the Ganon. So that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's not, because we're going to have a game 3, guys.
Sure, but it's all we wrote for this game.
So I believe their game 3 is already scheduled.
Yes, tomorrow night at midnight British time, 1 a.m. Goomba time. Everybody in Goomba time zones.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Same as today. Same time that it started today.
Nice clean Argus kill from Goomba. And ZelgaDissan is approximately 1 swamp behind, but hasn't yet made the trip to Skullwoods 3. And so is still searching things out. But I think it is down to... Yeah, there's 2 entrances left on his map tracker. So, not terribly far behind, but not coming back here. Also, Jinxie, you might not be pushing the button again.
No, sorry, I was just watching. I just like watching them fight and do the arcs in their execution. No, I'm here. So we do have Goomba going in to take care of Ganon, and Zelga is just about to hit go mode, has finished Eastern Palace with that fire rod, just a trip to the bomb shop, and then we'll be done. I can't believe that flute wasn't required. Or fire rod. Fire rod wasn't required.
Yes, it was. Skullwoods 3.
Was it Skullwoods? Okay. Wait, is that where it is? What am I missing? Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're kind of
I'm
lost the plot here.
So out of it right now. So I always keep my tracker up on my screen, and it crashed like 20 minutes in, so I haven't had it. So now I'm having like a really hard time keeping up with everything so I'm like writing it down. So I'm trying to read through my notes as I'm commentating, and it's not working out well, and I apologize. I'm honestly much better at commentating than what I have been tonight, and I apologize to chat for that.
Get your GGs out for Goomba. And we'll see if if Zelga finishes the seed, and 2, if they're willing to come talk to us. Zelgadissan gets the bad news about the big bomb, and also the bad news about losing the race. I expect we're seeing a forfeit here in a second. Jinxie's just checking with the race time chat to see if we're going to get interviews. So yeah, game 3, hopefully with more competent commentary. Sorry, everybody, we've had some disruptions tonight. Tomorrow night, same time, it should be a hype race, and then the finals probably next weekend. The Walkix VOD should be the same stream. I don't think we even cut stream between the two races. Starting 9, whatever that is, 3 o'clock Eastern time. Welcome Goomba, welcome Zelgadissan. GG's, gentlemen.
Yo, GG's.
PJ.
So what do you gentlemen think of that seed?
I don't know. It was weird.
It felt like all my routing choices just... I don't think a lot of them were bad, but they just weren't paying out the way I was hoping, really. So everything just kind of felt bad in this one.
We're really close until like 20 minutes ago. You guys were like not only had about the same amount of progression, but were often like less than a screen apart, doing the same things with the same stuff until something like 15 or 20 minutes ago. And there was only a little bit of divergence right at the end there. So I guess the number one comment from my side is you guys are not only very close in execution time, but also you're in your decision making at this point.
I felt like my early game went really well. Like I felt I got glove, mirror, hammer, all that, moon pearl, all that stuff really early. But then I just kind of faffed about and accomplished nothing for 25 minutes. I got a lot of checks done, but none of them led to anything.
I mean, one of the consequences of getting a whole bunch of good stuff early is then there's less good stuff.
Yeah.
I
felt like I was probably in a good position if the seed was gonna end up being stupid. And the seed did end up being stupid.
That's fair. I was hopeful that you guys wouldn't need Cane or Fire Rod. And then you did for stupid reasons. So that's excellent. Zelga, if you haven't figured out the logic puzzle, Swamp Palace is at Skullwoods 3.
Yeah, I asked if I needed the flute or if it was there. That was my only entrance after checking Pyramid Fairy right as Goomba finished.
GFE cursed you both with that one. I just want that known. It wasn't just my terrible seed rolling abilities. That was GFE.
Yeah, I only had the Pyramid Fairy left before I needed to start looking for the flute also.
In the not very many locations left that it could possibly be. You guys are not...
and there wasn't much.
Only the Pyramid Fairy left before I go looking for the flute, but I'm not sure where you go looking for the flute at. It's clearly somewhere, but...
I mean, it's probably in Swamp Palace, to be honest.
Yes, fair. Given that you go-moded it. Alright, so... I've been doing commentary for like 6 hours, so this interview might not be the most coherent thing. So I'm just going to go straight to Game 3 tomorrow night. Thoughts?
Yep, same time.
I don't know. I'm just gonna play the video game, hope it goes well.
We asked Zelgadissan last night, and he thinks you're a slight favorite Goomba. So now I have to ask you: are you the overdog? Is Zelga really the underdog here, or are you going to be humble and claim that it's really Zelgadissan that's the favorite?
Good question. I don't know. I feel like we're pretty evenly matched at this point.
Certainly on execution. You guys were like neck and neck the entire time. It was really nice to watch. Like I said, when you get up to these top tiers, like it's all about the execution. I mean, You guys could full clear this game in under 2.5 hours, and that's 216 checks. So it does come down to the execution, because it doesn't matter how fast you find things. I mean, it does, but overall, you gotta execute
routing.
it.
It's routing.
Yeah,
Routing.
yeah.
Not execution. It's
I
not
think
just
that's
about...
I think that's what's fun about Crosskeys, though, because it's everything. It's not just making a good guess, it's making logical decisions and knowing your connectors and knowing your routes and knowing the fastest way to get things. It's not just execution, but when it comes down to facing people who do those things equally, execution mistakes could be the deciding factor.
It's routing. All routing. Goomba made the right choices tonight.
I mean,
Zelda made them yesterday.
If you want to talk about great routing choices, how about rushing GT without the fire rod after I get Samaria?
You both did it at the same time.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Oh, no, you both climbed at the same time. You did right side. Goomba went not right side.
I'm pretty sure that right side choice was the difference.
Yeah, I did not go back to GT.
Plus the Skullwoods bomb shop.
I mean, I honestly just wasn't thinking. I saw, hey, Samaria opens up GT. And so that's why I was thinking, let's just run there. All the other kind of entrances to get to Samaria crap is kind of rough.
I mean, honestly, that was my first thought as well, except I went and did Thieves Town, and then while I was doing Thieves Town, I was thinking about my options, and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of don't have the fire rod. Maybe GT's kind of stupid, huh?
Yeah, the one small mistake that chat noticed for you, Zelga, that I think is just an obvious mistake, is you didn't check the laser bridge exit.
I'm not sure the Mire area? Because in my head, it's either the Turtle Rock, it's either vanilla or it's Desert Right in my head.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I shouldn't have checked it.
So
it had to be Desert Right. I had seen every other connector. I should have just cleared out and gone back to CAG.
You'd seen every other, literally everything that could possibly connect to Mire?
Yeah, that was the only connector left.
Okay.
And it had to go to Desert Right because something has to.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. There we go, Zelga. Zelga's making the right choices, chat.
Yeah, I don't know. The seed I had very mixed feelings about the seed, because on the one hand, I was doing a lot of things very efficiently, but all those things I was doing efficiently amounted to absolutely nothing. So I was like, if this ends up being like a big full clear Fiesta seed, then I'm probably fine, but if not, then I'm in a lot of trouble.
So if the sort of the end game hadn't been kind of dumb, like the pieces had just gotten put together 15 to 20 minutes ago, you guys, I think, would have been within 10 or 15 seconds. Like, it was that close. You guys were like literally screen for screen for 20 minutes. So
yeah, the only thing I really felt bad about was the boots. I definitely could have gotten over there and gotten the boots much earlier.
Got them at the same time, boys.
Yeah. You guys, I think, were a screen apart when you got the boots. Like,
that's the big thing that was worrying me. Is like I was super late to that, and I felt really inefficient about like finding Ice Palace with no way to do it, and then running up to Ice Palace, and then running to Eastern, and then running to the Pyramid Ferry. Like I just felt like I was just doing this constant loop back and forth to the pyramid, and it just felt terrible over and over.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
I enjoy that you guys are like, oh, I felt really bad doing all these things that I thought were correct, but felt terrible. And the other one's like, me too. I'm like, yes, we both did that. Both did the same thing, the same order, almost, for an awful lot of the race. So,
yeah, this was a pretty rough seed in terms of just moving around the world. Like, no flute. Well, boots weren't necessarily late, we just both got them late, and then all the connectors were kind of
Yeah. The absolutely no access to the Mire area is unusual, but there wasn't even that much stuff that could be over there. Right? There's only a couple of chests left in the game.
Cave 45 and Bonk Rocks are the only item caves left in the game.
That was my list as well.
Unsurprisingly. All right. It's 3 a.m. in Germany. It's 2 a.m. where I am. So, Jinxie, let's go to bed. and tell the people what they can go watch instead of us.
Sounds good. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for being here for this exciting Crosskeys race. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Goomba vs. Zelgadissan. This will be Game 3, deciding who goes into the finals. So with that, I think we're going to raid over to Z2. They have a Zelda 2 randomizer going on. Super fun to watch if you haven't seen it. And I think that's going to be about it for us tonight, as I can't talk and type at the same time. But as always, thanks so much for tuning into ZSR. We will see you here very, very soon, and thanks for your continued support. See you tomorrow, guys.